Hey y'all, it's the Abstract Oracle, and I'm back with another video. This video is going to be about um, it's concerning the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's dealing with Nene's video I saw the other day because I had done this video the other day, but I ended up accidentally deleting it because I'm not tech savvy at all. And I had already picked some cards. Some cards had done. I did the shuffle and everything. Fortunately, I didn't put those cards away. I just left them out. So we will talk about those. But I wanted to give my opinion and commentary about what I saw in the video that Nene did. So when she starts off, she starts talking about she's basically telling us what happened at the reunion. And I was kind of confused because it was like, well, wait a minute. Is the reunion coming on this week? Because I was like, I didn't know when I hadn't heard, I should say, a date about when the reunion was actually going to be televised. So it was like, okay. So I saw the video, watched her video, and it was like, oh, okay. So what I gathered was she was trying to get ahead of what was going to happen on the reunion. And I found that interesting. And I say it's interesting because I feel like for this whole season, which I'm so glad is over, like, whew, this seemed like it was 4 or 5 seasons all in one, but not interesting. I mean, I just was not fully interested. If Kenya hadn't been on the show, I don't know what would have taken place. Maybe it could have been interesting. I don't know. I really don't think. Anyway, so she starts talking about the experience with her viral is what she said, but virtual is what she meant. So she's talking about the setting up and getting ready, and then she says she's talking about, she doesn't say who it is, I don't think, or if I may have missed that part, but I don't remember her mentioning the person's name on who she was talking to about what they were going to wear. So she said somebody told her that 2 people were wearing white, so she might, because she said she was going to wear white, and she said the person told her, well, 2 other people are wearing white, so you might want to change your colors. So she said she thought about it, and she was like, well, maybe I'll wear blue, or maybe I'll wear such and such. And then she picked out a black outfit. What I found interesting about that was, I want to say this was like maybe almost 2 months ago, or I'm not really sure of the timeline. However, I knew before that they were all supposed to wear white because they were doing a Grecian reunion. Because they had gone to Greece, so they were going to all wear white. Candy had mentioned it a while back, so I was confused about how she didn't know the theme was white. But okay, whatever. So then she goes on and she's talking about this and how she had on her black, and she realized when she went to sit down that everybody had on white. And then she said she called Greg on the phone, and he said she should change because that made her look like the black sheep, or like a villain, because she had chosen black. Then she said she talked to somebody else, and they suggested that she change as well. And then she talked to Portia, and I don't know why she needed to talk to all these different people. But then she said she she texted or whatever with Tanya and Portia, and they both said they were wearing white too. So she decided she had to rush and go wear white. So I felt like she was telling us that in case there was some critique of what she had on, because she said she didn't have time to really get her outfit together. So it's like, okay. So then she alluded to that, she was feeling like Bravo was trying to set her up, or they were trying to set her up and have her be the oddball, which I don't agree with that, because again, they had said a while back that they were all going to wear white. That was the theme. And then you're the one that chose the black. They didn't say for you to wear black. You chose black. So anyway, So she said let's see, I'm looking at my notes. She said, oh, that's right. So she says she's talking about this outfit thing and how she felt set up and everything. But you could see that it hurt her for some reason. And I'm not really sure why she took it so personal. But then that's the same thing that I feel like with her about most things. Like, as much as she says so many things about people, when somebody says anything about her, it's automatically, shut down. And this horrible, they're horrible, horrible people. But it's like, you don't realize the things that come out of your own mouth and how people respond. You can't say whatever you want to say and then expect other people to tiptoe around you and what you have to say, what they say to you. That's not how it works. So anyway, so then she says, she kept saying, is it a coincidence? Is this a coincidence? And I was like, I don't think it's a coincidence, but it could be a coincidence. So yeah, it's a coincidence. I don't think that it was, I think that you're making a mountain out of a molehill like you usually do in that situation. Because again, you chose black. No one else told you to wear black. That was your choice. And again, had you kept up, maybe you forgot, I don't know. But I feel like if Candy knew everybody was supposed to wear white, you knew too somewhere. And like I said, maybe you forgot, but whatever. So, and then she says, so she starts talking about the actual taping. And then she says that everybody they were asking her questions. They're asking her questions for 2.5 hours, and she didn't understand. And why they just asking me questions? And so when she was saying it, I was like, interesting, because you want to be the HBIC, self-opposed HBIC, any other time. So if you're the head person in charge, then that's who we want to talk to. That's who we want to ask questions to. Besides the fact that you are a reality star, and you being a celebrity, quote unquote, is based on the fact that you talk about your life on and off the show. So we're asking you questions because we want to know, and let's also attribute the questions to your questionable behavior this whole entire season. It has been questionable. I would say, in the least, questionable. So, she says that and I felt like they were talking about the other women on the show, because she said that there were teams, basically, or an alliance, which is like, girl, this is not Big Brother. This is not. This is not Survivor. This is Real Housewives of Atlanta. You're the one that's always trying to form some type of alliance with people. That's why you want to have Kim and Phaedra come back, because they can take some of the pressure off of you when it comes to Kenya, because they don't like Kenya either. So you feel like you need somebody on your team besides Marlo to help you handle Kenya, because you think all the other women are on Kenya's side. And I mean, I'm saying the other women as Eva, Cynthia, and Candy. You think all of them are an alliance against you. What really is happening, or what I feel is deeper than this, and maybe she doesn't, I don't think Nene sees herself clearly. For one, I think she's very centered on herself. She can only see, her vision is very limited. So she doesn't see herself and how she is very well at all. Because all the things that she attributes to Kenya are really things that she does herself. Not to say Kenya doesn't do them, but you do them as well. So I don't consider, the one thing that I don't agree with is her calling Kenya a bully. I don't think Kenya's a bully because bullies usually start the stuff. Kenya doesn't start it. Kenya finishes it. So that's the thing that I feel like is the problem that she has. Like, if we are honest with it, I know a lot of Nene fans would really probably want to tear me apart about it, but whatever. I'm being honest. I'm not glamored by her. And so, and I don't dislike Nene. I like Nene. I like Kenya equally. You know, I feel like they both bring things to the show that are valuable. The problem is that Nene clearly has more of an issue with Kenya than Kenya does with her. Because I'm still trying to figure out, after watching all these episodes, this whole long season, what Kenya did to her. Because it's like, okay, well, you're mad at Kenya because she won't accept your apology for calling her baby a buffalo. Then when she said, no, I won't accept your apology, you started in, prior to that, you talked about her marriage being fake. You didn't believe it and all of that stuff. Then you were, even before that, you have befriended people that you knew she had an issue with to try to bring them in her face and things like that. So you've been shady to her, but why is she doing this to me? I don't understand. I don't understand. She's a bully. No, girl, don't even try it. Stop it. Stop it. That's called gaslighting. And the thing is Nene is not good at it. That's the part that's funny to me. It's like, you really think, it's almost like you think you're smarter than you are. Like, you're not that bright, girl. You're not the brightest crayon in the box at all. Trust me. You are transparent. And the thing is, Kenya sees you, and you know it, and that's why it bothers you so much. You are bothered. Ooh, it just gets under your crawl, huh? Like, anyway. So, she was talking about how the ladies were saying she wasn't in that many episodes, and that they carried the show. I'm not sure who they is. Maybe all of them, or, well, we know she's not talking about Eva because she said Eva was boring. And it's like, is she boring though? I mean, she really hasn't had an opportunity. When she has shown up, she was very much present, in my opinion. But, I guess people want to see her arguing, fussing, and fighting or whatever. But she was the one who read Marlo on the trip when the last season, and that was hilarious. And she kind of let Portia have it this season. That was something. So, she's had some real life things going on. Life is not always going to be this super high drama and fighting and fussing and stuff. You have to have some down times too. And you also have to have those type of people, which is why I think Cynthia is one of those people. She's not super high drama. She keeps stability. She brings a form of stability to the show to where, because that would be too much. You have to have peaks and valleys. And so like when you have comedians that duos, you have a straight man and you have the one that tells the jokes. But the straight person is the one that sets up the joke. So it's like, it's a team effort. And the reality shows with the housewives are a team effort. So everybody's not going to be the loud, boisterous, super high energy person all the time, or the shadiest, or the such and such. They're not going to always be that. So, she talks about sides and, all of that stuff. And she even didn't have any personality. Again, like I said, I don't agree with that at all. And then she says, she says Eva didn't have any personality and she wasn't fun, and neither were you. You weren't fun. You weren't fun at all this season. You weren't. I'm sorry. There was nothing that at any point during this season did you bring a smile or a laugh or none of that. You brought drama unnecessarily, yes, but none of that stuff. Um, and then she talks about how, they didn't give her, they didn't say anything about a break or whatever. And so something happened and she got up and she went to the bathroom. Then she came back and then she asked, wait a minute, what did I say? Oh yeah, just about her closing her computer. Like, see, that's the part that I was concerned about with the doing a virtual reunion, is because we've seen Nene get up and leave the space before on the regular reunion show. So anything, she has a tendency to want to exit when she gets cornered with facts and things like that. So how easy would it be for her to just close her computer and just be done? And she alluded to doing that. So she said she asked for them to bring Tanya and Marlo out because for some reason she feels like, but she'll tell you, I'm that girl and I'm such and such and I don't need nobody and I'm not no victim and I'm such a, but then you'll turn around and clearly, obviously contradict yourself and say things like you need Tanya or Marlo to come out. And to me, I feel like Marlo, I understand Nene, you want to show a sense of loyalty to Nene, but there's a difference between being loyal and being truthful. And a good friend would be both. You say things and do things to start stuff to get to next to Nene, to be close to Nene, but you don't really hold her to the fire as much as I feel like you should or you could. And I feel like even the way that she talks to you is like you're still subservient to her in some way. And I think that's why, like, Nene, you're not you might be the one of the major components of the show from the beginning, but you don't get to treat people like that, because once the show is over, you'll go back into obscurity like you did. I feel like you have an issue with those women because each one of those women, Cynthia, Candy, Eva, and Kenya, all had something going on before the show. The rest of you all, nobody knew who you were. Marlo, you, Tanya, Phaedra. Well, we kind of knew who Phaedra was a little bit if you kept up with what was going on, but that was after the Bobby Brown thing. Nobody really kept up with her. Who else has been on there? Yeah, the Sheray's and Kim's and all that. Nobody knew who you all were until the show. So, not to take anything away from you in that sense that you did something. You were a very important, you played a very important role in getting the show to be where it is now. But these women had things going on before the show and will continue to have things going on after the show. So it feels like you're competing with them. Sagittarius, you're Sagittarius. Sagittarians are very competitive. And it shows, and it's like, and it's showing in a way that's not cool, and it's making you look foolish. So, I'm not sure. Sorry about that noise. That's the people next door. I'm not sure what you feel about, it how you react and what do you say out of your mouth don't match up. I'll put it that way. It just does not match up at all. So it doesn't match up. It does, the way that you act with them, it just doesn't match up. The words out of your mouth and your actions, they don't match up. Because again, like I said, you'll say, "Oh, I'm not going to talk about Kenya," but Okay, well, but cancels out all you said right before it. So then you'll go into like you did with the Wendy Williams thing. Oh, that was the other thing. She brought up Wendy Williams. She didn't appreciate them asking her questions about Wendy Williams. Okay, but you brought her on Bravo. You made that, oh, you opened that up. So because you did, now we have questions. You say you didn't really, that wasn't strategic for you to bring her on the show. Girl, really? Stop it. It was very strategic for both of you. It was a benefit in it for both of you. Um, and it didn't fare well for you either because even Wendy said, I like Kenya. Just don't say anything. And then that's when you went into, oh, I'm not gonna say nothing about her, but her baby ain't her baby, and her marriage ain't real, and such and such and such and such and such. But I ain't gonna say nothing. And it's almost, it reminds me of that character on Living Color, like I ain't one to gossip, but and then start gossiping. That's exactly what you do. And it's like, come on, lady, stop. We see you. Well, those of us who see clearly, we see you. Your fans, some of your fans, they don't see it, but and that's okay. But we, the ones of us, like I said, who see you clearly, see you. So, what else do I have to say about that? I'm almost done with this. Yeah, I think I pretty much covered everything that I was going to say about that. So the interesting part was the cards that fell out. So the first card came up was woman holding the heart. Then envy. Then woman holding the coins. So it's like, the woman holding the heart. This is Kenya. So Kenya, the woman holding the heart deals with relationships, whether those relationships are going well or not. But her dealing with things concerning the heart and dealing with things that are really, that they're passionate about. So then the envy card, of course, envy goes without saying. A lot of people confuse or intertwine jealousy and envy, but they're two separate things. And jealousy can be a motivator and get you to, for example, if I see somebody doing something that I want to do, and I'm like, hey, they doing that, I want to do it too, and then start doing it as well. That's the same thing. That's what jealousy is. Envy is a heart disease, and envy will have you trying to take away from someone of what they have. Like instead of, like she keeps talking about, she could have had spin-off shows, and Candy is the one that's keeping her from doing that. I don't know how that's true. When Bravo is its own entity, and trust and believe, if they can make some money off of you, they're going to do it. So Candy would not be able to stop that from happening. I don't believe that. I think you want to give some of these women way, like you do yourself to a degree, way more credit than that's deserved. And then woman holding the coin. You feel like you're holding the coins, like you have the money. You may be the highest paid Bravo housewife, but that's because you've been on the show the longest, and Atlanta Housewives has the highest ratings out of all of the housewife shows. And you definitely had a part to do with that. So of course you should have the highest salary. But the thing is, Candy doesn't need your position because she's already getting whatever her salary is, plus all of the things that she gets from the businesses she starts. The other thing, like with Kenya has a production company. She also has a hairline, and people like her products. So, maybe people, you don't know what's going on, and I don't understand why the focus is to you say in one mouth that these girls, and I don't care about these girls, and then but then you'll be there's a sisterhood, and it's just like you talking out of both sides of your mouth, and it's weird, like, and I think you have propensity to attract flunkies. You like yes people, and then you're surprised when they stop saying yes to you. You know, when they were calling Cynthia your lap dog, that was it was cool with you. That was your homegirl. But then when she stood up to you when you were talking, you called Peter a bitch and did some other things, and she said something to you about it, then all of a sudden now we don't know the real Cynthia, and you're gonna see it such and such, and we didn't see anything. So she snapped on Marlo. Marlo needed it. It's like anybody, if you keep picking with them, then eventually they're going to, and they feel like they don't have any other outlet, they're going to say something. You can't keep doing things and then wonder why you throw the rock and hide your hand. You can't keep doing that and wonder why nobody wants to be around you. This is what you did. And these little lackluster apologies that you've been giving, you don't even really, you said yourself, I don't really apologize. I don't really, because I don't ever regret anything that I do, blah, blah, blah. But then why apologize then? Because it's not real. And then you wonder why people say that you are fake. Come on. Can't have it both ways, sugar. You're going to have to figure it out. Either you're going to be real with yourself and get yourself together, or it's going to end up being you saying Kenya's going to be the demise of the show. Well, you'll be the demise of yourself. So, yeah, this indie thing, you got it real bad, and it's almost like you're coming off like you're a little bit obsessed. Like you want to win real bad, and you're making yourself look foolish, because then you want to play semantics and say, well, I didn't spit on that girl. No, you didn't spit on her, but you spit at her. You was throwing spitting popcorn seeds and stuff like that. So you said you should spit on her. So let's not act like you said something or you didn't do something that was foul. You were throwing things at that lady, and you jumping up and acting like you want to fight her, and you pointed in her face first. Let's go back and be real. Accept your be accountable for the things that you do. That's the problem that I'm having with you, because normally I would like you, because you seemed as if you would be that person to say, you know what, I'm wrong. I was wrong about that. But you haven't shown that in ever that I can think of. Maybe you have, but I haven't seen it. And I think it's unfortunate, because I like you. I think you have a cool personality. I think you're a cool person. I like your little song. It's cute. But your behavior this season, boo, hiss. Sorry, Nene. Alright, so that's my video for today. I hope you guys got some information out of it and understood my position. If you have any comments, please put them below. Be nice, be kind. Have a good day. Peace.